You know what, guys? I'll be honest. I woke up this morning ready to make fun of Michigan with this latest recruiting update from CJ Carr, a five-star 2024 quarterback, the grandson of Lloyd Carr, announcing he's committing Thursday at 7 o'clock, and he is not going to Michigan. This is shocking. The grandson of Lloyd Carr. This kid's a five-star quarterback, the number 24 overall player. It is early in the rankings, but he will, for all intensive purposes, be committing on Thursday to Notre Dame. What an absolute massive get for Notre Dame. There was also some talk about him possibly reclassifying to the 2023 class. If you are a quarterback and, you want to get paid, you want to reclassify, whatever, especially when it comes to quarterbacks, I would strongly recommend against reclassifying, especially with the whole Quinn Ewers saga. With what happened there, he reclassifies. It's a complete mess at Ohio State. I guess you can say, well, he made money at Ohio State. He got $1 million deal. But I would, you do not want to mess with your development, especially if you're a young, growing quarterback. Do not skip your senior year of high school. And there were some rumors that he might reclassify. I don't know if that's the case now, but he will be committing to Notre Dame. You can see the finalists right there: Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Georgia, LSU, and Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin is kind of like the other team that I guess people are trying to say maybe they get him. I think they're just trying to drum up some excitement because all the crystal balls are on Notre Dame. And then something really interesting happened, and I just saw this headline, new FutureCast for five-star quarterback to Michigan. So yesterday, the news of CJ Carr announcing comes out. Michigan fans are completely dejected because he was trending to Notre Dame, and now he's announcing he's committing, within a few days. It's for all intensive purposes, that means he's committing to Notre Dame. You're losing an in-state five-star quarterback. In 2023, you might lose out on Dante Moore due to NIL, along with other things. That's a top 10 overall quarterback in-state. So Michigan fans really dejected. And Jadyn Davis, the number 2 overall player, is the five-star QB to receive a FutureCast. And I almost wonder if this is Rivals, because the FutureCast came from a Rivals writer. I almost wonder if this is Rivals trying to capitalize on Michigan fans that are in a down bad state. They're trying to get some people to buy their service, their subscription, because it is behind a paywall. It just seems really early to forecast a five-star quarterback from the state of South Carolina. The 2024 class, this kid's got a lot more places to visit. It seems, I was shocked when I saw that, and I almost think it's some sort of clickbait thing. Rivals said Michigan fans are not in a good state. They're probably going to lose out on Dante Moore. They're probably going to lose out on CJ Carr. Let's throw them a bone. Maybe we can up our subscriptions a little bit. It just seems maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this reporter that is projecting Jadyn Davis, the number 2 overall player currently in the 2024 class, maybe, he just had a visit there that went great. I heard it went great, but a lot of visits go great. There's a difference between saying a visit went great and projecting a kid this far, who's still going to visit multiple other schools, projecting him to go to Michigan. So this caught me completely off guard. You have to be extremely happy if you're a Michigan fan, but I would also be very cautious when it comes to this kid because, again, maybe the reporter is getting things saying he silently committed to Michigan. They did such a great job on the visit. It just seems far-fetched that a kid from South Carolina who's getting offers from everyone, who's the current number 2 overall player in the class. I don't think he's going to be the number 1 quarterback. Right now, he's the number 1 quarterback. Dylan Raiola's going to pass him. Let's be honest. But right now, he's the number 1 quarterback in the class. And just a really interesting dynamic when it comes to Michigan quarterback recruiting. Dante Moore, you might get screwed by NIL. Maybe you step up your NIL game, you get desperate, you say we're not going to lose a 5-star in-state quarterback because of this NIL crap to Texas A&M, to, an Oregon or someone like that. Maybe they'll step it up. I don't know. But right now, the Dante Moore recruitment is wide open, and he is being courted by several teams with plenty of NIL offers. And to this point, Michigan really is not for that type of aggressive weaponization of the NIL. They're very similar to Ohio State, to Alabama, where they want the kids to get the NIL deals, but they want it to be an on-campus entity. I do not believe right now they are, saying to Dante Moore, we're going to give you a massive NIL deal if you commit here, like a team like Texas A&M would, like a team like Oregon would. And I was going to make fun of that, but then I see this. This is the number 2 player in the class, and I wonder, is this clickbait? Are they trying to generate site traffic? I'm sure he had a great visit. That's fine. But the idea that you would project this kid to Michigan right now, this early in his process, maybe it's not early in his process. Maybe this kid's saying, I'm going to be shutting it down soon and I want to go to Michigan. We've seen quarterbacks commit way early. Normally quarterbacks, especially the big-time quarterbacks, commit way earlier than every other position. This kid is 2024 and he is from South Carolina, so that is a very tough pull for Michigan, but interesting nonetheless. The big story that we know, CJ Carr, the grandson of Lloyd Carr, is not going to Michigan. He's currently a 5-star quarterback, the number 24 overall player. There's been some thought of him possibly reclassifying. I understand all these kids want money, they want the NIL stuff, but I would strongly recommend against reclassifying, especially if you're a quarterback. It's a little bit different if it's a different position. You do not want to F with your development at all if you're a quarterback. Play the 4 years in high school. It'll be fine. In the long run, it will greatly benefit you to come into college more mature, with more experience, and ready to learn. It's nothing against Quinn Ewers, but I'm just saying I've seen it. Quinn Ewers, as a true freshman, I'm sure Ryan Day was like, this kid is just, he's a senior in high school. Like, what am I going to do with him? You really can't do much. So I would say very interesting. CJ Carr committing in 2 days, Thursday, June 9th at, I believe, 7 o'clock. He will be announcing for Notre Dame. And guys, we do have a full Rivals 2023 recruiting rankings update. So they have updated their 2023 class. It's an early summer update, and I'm going to react to this. Obviously, this will have an impact on the overall 247 Sports composite. If a player moves up like 30 spots or 40 spots, or if he gets pushed down, this will impact their overall stock on the composite. So we're going to look at this. First, I'll just screen record it and do it like that. So Arch Manning is still number 1. He keeps his perfect 1,000 overall ranking. Cormali McClain, the number 2 overall player now. He's a superstar cornerback. Samuel Mapemba. It's interesting he's listed as a pass rusher. I didn't think he was I thought he was more of an athlete type. Like maybe Micah Parsons. I love Mapemba. He's a beast, and I think Miami's going to be a team that comes for him. Malachi Nelson, surprised he's at number 4. I would put him at number 2. Carnell Tate, up to the number 5 overall player. He's a superstar. Brandon Inniss, number 6. That's really big for Brandon Inniss. There's been some murmuring that Brandon Inniss is a little bit overrated. For him to only drop 1 spot, that's great news. It's not going to affect his composite at all. Harbor is up 8 spots. Not surprising. He is a freak athlete. Just looking at some other guys. TJ Shanahan. So interesting that Rivals loves this kid. Every other recruiting service has him outside of their top 100. He's an offensive guard from Austin, Texas. They have him at 10th overall still, so he really didn't fall at all. Anthony Hill is up 5 spots. David Hicks is down 10. That's a little bit surprising. A lot of these moves are not huge. Hakeem Williams, that's great news for Texas A&M fans. Hakeem Williams in the last update got crushed. Now he's regaining his stock a little bit. He moves up significantly. Zach Branch up 14 spots. Not surprising. He's a really good receiver. Caleb Downs, to me, Caleb Downs should be a top 10 player. I don't know what Rivals is doing. He only moved up 2 spots. Brennan Vernon, that's great news for Notre Dame fans. I thought Brennan Vernon was a guy that Rivals had ranked too high. The fact that he only dropped 6 spots is really good news. A few quarterbacks moving up the list. A little bit surprising that one quarterback, Jadyn Davis, he recently got knocked down like 30 spots on the composite. So him moving back up, that'll be good for his overall ranking. Just looking at this, Jackson Arnold, a lot of quarterbacks moving up. Wow. Javon Thomas, what a major jump. Up 101 spots. That's big news for Texas A&M fans. That is great news. Luke Montgomery down. Derek Williams, that's big news for LSU fans with Derek Williams. He's from Louisiana. He's only up 14 spots. That's not that huge. Luke Montgomery, I'm fine with him dropping 5 spots. That's nothing. That's not going to affect anything. Oh, there's some new guys. So when it says a player is new, that means they jumped all the way from outside of the top 250, and they're going to have major movements upwards in the composite. You really want to see that. Christian Gray up 49 spots. I agree with that. Christian Gray is a really good player. Looks like Notre Dame leads for him. James Smith, the defensive tackle from Alabama, down 20 spots. That's going to hurt his overall composite ranking. I know he's ranked pretty high. Tackett Curtis continues to fall. He's down 20 spots. Ohio State leads for him. That's not too good there if you're an Ohio State fan. Just some other small movement. There's some new guys you can see. That's just a little triggered at Noah Rogers. I don't know how you cannot move Noah Rogers up. They didn't really move him down. I mean, he's only down 4 spots, but that's pretty crazy. DeAndre Moore up 46 spots. The new Louisville commit. Louisville using the NIL to get him. So good for Louisville. I like that. I like when kids go to different schools. Personally, Ashbury. Oh, so there's another kid from Louisiana that moved down a lot. 41 spots. This is huge news for Ohio State fans. John Johnson. Wow. So he was outside of the top 250, and now he's 88th. He's a top 100 prospect. Oh, my God. That is going to help his composite so much. Just other guys, Jackson Howard. Some of these guys move up. I mean, even if they move down, like Dalton Brooks moving down 17 spots, he might only move down like 5 spots in the composite. You really have to have, you got to move up like Rico Flores Jr., who's very likely going to Notre Dame when he announces on July 4th. That's a huge move. 48 spots. That'll move him at least up 10 to 15 spots in the composite. Ty Lockwood only down 1. That's great news if you're an Ohio State fan. I thought Ty Lockwood was going to get crushed. But there's definitely, a USC commit moves up 80 spots. You got to be happy if you're a USC fan. You got to be real happy about that. You're looking for big moves here. But right now I'm just looking, a Baylor QB commit up 110 spots. Not familiar with him. There's some guys that are just entering the ranks. Texas Tech, they've done a great job on the recruiting trail. But there are some guys that are trending up. Malik Hart. Oh, yeah. Yep, Malik Hart. Oh, man. This is an amazing update for Ohio State. Malik Hart for 2 Ohio State commits. Up 63, up 78. Come on. John Walker is a good player. I don't know how you knock him down 27. That's a big boy defensive tackle. We know it with Mark Fletcher. Mark Fletcher is down 23. He's had a rough... Man, Williams is that low? Oh, if you're a Penn State fan, you got to be pissed. That's a top 100 prospect. They don't like him, though. Oh, an LSU commit, Holly, down 100. That's going to hurt the overall average. Calvin Simpson Hunt, new. He should be like a top 150 player, but he's going to move up significantly. Daniel Harris. How are you going to move Daniel Harris down, man? Daniel Harris is a beast. Oh, no. Oh, Braylon James. Oh, that's got to hurt if you're a Notre Dame fan. Ouch. that is gonna hurt the overall average, man. 128 spots. Michigan running back down 38 spots. So a lot of these guys are going to be down because there's a lot of new players entering the ranks. Notre Dame, a kid up just 12 spots. That's not really going to help much. Is that kid also? Yeah, I think that kid's also committed to Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a lot of guys. Cedric Hawkins makes an appearance, although I don't see a Bryson Rogers, unfortunately. Where's Arvil Reese? See, I don't think Arvil Reese is in this top 250. That's disappointing. I was hoping to see him. He's a top 200 player. He's a great player from the state of Ohio. But either way, guys, this is a major update, and there are some big changes. One of the big changes, the wide receiver, James, for Notre Dame, you move down. That's one of the biggest moves in the entire update. I would be pissed if I was a Notre Dame fan. Pissed. But, it's not my school, so doesn't matter to me. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, I'm very happy with this update. Mark Fletcher, we knew he was going to move down, but man, you're talking about plus 78, plus 63, and then Dijon Johnson moves from outside of the top 250, inside of the top. We're going to go up to the top, into the top 100. That is some serious movement, and the main takeaways, Carnell Tate is really solidifying himself as a superstar prospect, up 8 spots to number 5 overall. Samuel Mapemba, absolute freak athlete, up to number 3 in the nation. Personally, if I was doing rankings, I would have Arch Manning number 1, Malachi Nelson number 2, 100%. That to me, that's not even a question. But they have McLean and Mapemba in front of Nelson, and then Carnell Tate and Brandon Inniss, who both could go to Ohio State. We'll see. A lot of these guys, not a ton of movement at the top, but overall, there was definitely some big updates. Notre Dame, I don't know, maybe other Notre Dame commits moved up, but that's a rough one. When you have a receiver ranked inside the top 50 and then moves down that much, I think that kid was ranked inside the top 50, but either way, that is the Rivals update. They only have a top 250, so you're not going to see any more. Maybe they might bump some guys to 4-star status, but they're still unranked. I think there is an article, if I can see it. Who should be the next 5-star? Okay, so this is maybe kids they're high on, but they're not 5 stars yet. Malachi Coleman. I'm not even familiar with him. That's interesting. Not familiar with... Oh, this is the Texas A&M commit that moved up 100 spots. Okay, that makes sense. Caleb Downs is a top 5 player, man. How is he not already a 5-star? Reuben Owens, that's a good running back. Yeah, Reuben Owens. Justice Haynes is another good running back. Both of those guys, unfortunately, Reuben Owens and Justice Haynes, probably going to SEC teams. Well, maybe Reuben Owens could go to Texas. But those are the next guys to look at when it comes to moving up. There's other articles you can look at too. But guys, that's going to do it for this recruiting update. We've got major rankings. We'll have to see how the composite reacts to this. And then also we have CJ Carr committing to Notre Dame, the 5-star quarterback of 2024. Is Michigan really going to land Jadyn Davis? I find it very hard to believe, but maybe I'm wrong. It just seems like they're clickbaiting Michigan fans, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.